Hi, good morning, everyone. Let's get started with our next topic, which is the states of a process. So, which are the different states of process? We will talk about whenever a process is running in a Unix or a Linux system, it has three different states. Let's look into them. So, the first state that we will talk about is the processes which are running. Okay, so the processes which are running in the system. And how do we find out whether the process is running? We will see that. So what happens is that whenever a runnable process is ready to execute, that is the time when CPU is available for it. Just let me rephrase this. A runnable process is ready to execute whenever CPU time is available. That is, it has acquired all the resources it needs and it's just waiting for the CPU time to process its data. So as soon as the process makes a system call that cannot be immediately completed, the kernel puts it to sleep. So let's take an example that this is your kernel and this is the memory that you have, and these are the list of different processes which are there. Now the process, let's say that four processes are running. Now you have just one CPU. So first process is running. Okay, so it is CPU is running this particular process. So that process is in the running state. But as there are four processes, so this gets some time. It processes to a particular state. Then after some time, this gets its time. Then this gets its time. And then this gets its time. And afterwards, then this again gets its time. So you can see that this particular CPU that you have, this CPU is running all these processes and it is not getting completed at one point of time. That is, it is not happening that one process is totally complete, then it will pick up, CPU will pick up the next process, then it will pick up the next process. So this way it doesn't work. So what happens is that these processes, the process which is running, they wait for the CPU time. Okay, they wait whenever the free CPU is available. So the moment free CPU is available, they will straight away start getting executed in the CPU. And once the system call, that is, as soon as the process makes a system call that cannot be immediately completed, the kernel can put it to sleep mode for a time being. So that is the first state, that is, process is running in the system. Second state, as I said, is the process is sleeping. Okay, so let's say that this particular program that you are running, this takes 10 minutes total time. Okay, out of these 10 minutes, it may happen that for 8 minutes the system, that particular process is sleeping and it gets the time for execution only for the remaining 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the 2 minutes the system it is running in this actual running time, and the total execution time in this case is 10 minutes for this process. So sleeping process are waiting for a specific event to occur. Okay, since sleeping process is effectively blocked until its request has been satisfied, it will get no CPU time unless receives some signal to activate this. So that is about the sleeping process. Okay, so let's see how these sleeping processes looks like. Okay, let me show you a few things over here before. Okay, so let's take a command psaux, and as it will show lot of process, I will just pipe it and keep it more. So now here you can see that this is the state of the process. You can see that so many processes are in the running sleeping state. S stand for sleep. Okay, and at the bottom you can see there are some processes which is running. Okay, so these are the different states of a process. So we have covered two states. One is the running process, the sleeping process. Next state that we will talk about is the process is stopped. Okay, how do you stop a process? Stop a process, it's like you have given some signal to stop it. Okay, stop is nothing like, but it is kind of sleeping only. But there is no way for a process to get out of the stop state unless it has the other process wake it up or kill it. So the stopped process. Okay, stopping state. You can send a signal like Control Z. The running process gets stopped. And if you just type BG means it can go into background phase. Okay, so let's say you have executed a program which is running for long time. Okay, and you feel that you have executed one command. Okay, let's say SAR14. So this is a command that you have executed and it is running and running, and let's say it keeps on running and you want it to put it in a stop state. So if you press Control Z, you can see that Control Z. So how you get this caret is just press a finger on Control button, and you can see that if you do a process now, process minus aux. Okay, just type it more. Okay, just keep going. Okay, and you will find that the SAR command which you had given. Okay, so what we can do is how to find out that, because it's a big list. So we can use pipe, and there is a command called grep. What we want to grep, SAR command that we gave, and now you can see the state of this particular process. Okay, so this state here, you can see that this is a different state. This is a different state. So this is your stopped state of the process. Okay, and let's say if I just type BG for that process, means I am sending the stopped process in a background. So just see how that process goes into the background. Okay, you can see that the SAR has again started. Okay, and if you now do a PS and grep for the SAR command, you will find that this is no more T. Okay, so it will be either in running or sleeping mode. So that is the third state that we saw. That is stopped state. And how do you stop it? Let's say if you want to explicitly stop it, you can use Control Z or Control Z. Okay, next, finally, there is one more state that is called the zombie state. Okay, what is a zombie state? This is also pretty common, because when a process is running, okay, and they have completed their work, so let's say it has to perform these 4-5 activities, it has completed all these activities. Okay, but it has not sent the status back. So status has not sent back. Okay, so the system doesn't know whether it is complete or not. Okay, so this is just hanging around. Okay, so it will be just hanging around. It is not completely done. So how do we find out? We can find out, okay, this is, so there are a lot of processes. You will find question mark there for some of those processes, but I'll show you that how we can check that part. Okay, so now here you can see that this is done. So this is one of the way we can get the status, or these are the different four ways of finding out the process, or these are the types of states of process. Okay, so a process can have either of the four states. It could be either running, it could be sleeping, it could have been stopped explicitly by someone for some activity, or it could be a zombie process, that is, it may have been completed, but it has not yet sent the status back. So the system doesn't know whether it is completely, and they will be just hanging around doing nothing. Okay, so that is pretty much I wanted to cover in this particular topic. Thank you for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.